How's it going today? Welcome back to the Canadian Nut. Well, I told you to take you along for the wiring, and here we are. Hopefully you can see everything in here. I can. I got my pillow, and I got my wiring. Basically what I started out with is I just laid under here and ran one because I wanted to figure out what was going on. So up here across here is all the accessories like cigarette lighter, USB, auxiliary port, and voltage. So I put them on a separate circuit with a 20 amp fuse because I got a cigarette lighter, and I upgraded the lines as I told you I was going to do to there. So now what we got to do is I'm going to run some positive feeds to the switches, and then I'm going to have to redo all the grounds too because I'm going to run the grounds right from here as well to the switches. So like I said, all these loops I'm going to redo because the only ones I'm going to leave is the blue and yellow, which is the lights. They can just run straight to positive, negative, because when the battery's on, the lights work. Yeah, I don't need to put them on a switch. But the first switch I ran is going to be the bilge pump, and we have to run a positive from, this is the line going out to the bilge, and then this will be the positive feed. So I got to make a wire that goes from here to here with a fuse on it for the bilge. We'll slice this down. I can only go so far here because I'm running out of connections. I noticed that right away. So slide that on here, and we'll give her a crimp job. Nothing like a good crimp job. Good. So this one can go in here, like so. Oh, that's a nice tight one. That's good. And then it can run. I should probably get this line out of the way. This is a line. This is that 7-wire line I was talking about. It's gonna run all my accessories, so they're all going to the switches anyways, so they can stay back there. I'm gonna have to get some tape or something to tape all this up, so I'm trying to keep it neat and tidy, if you know what I mean, because I like neat and tidy. So I'll run that to here, and then it's got to go right to here. So I got it right here. Perfect. Give her a choppy, and then give her an eyeball. As you've seen, I got the switches mounted and that mounted, which is, you know, took me like 5 minutes. So I'll turn that into here. We'll crimp that up. Perfect. Make sure it's good. And then we'll put that on there. This is actually pretty fun stuff to do, really. It's, you know, it's one of those things where you either like it or you hate it. I like it, but I do have to take, you know, breaks once in a while. You can't just give her all, well, you can, but your arms get sore and your neck gets sore and everything gets sore. So you gotta just kind of somewhat take breaks. So there we go. There's a positive for that one. Like I said, we'll neat and tidy this all up here. And then we're going to put, I don't need a 25 on that one. Let's go with a 15. Is that a 15? I can't tell. Holy cow. Yeah, that's a 15. So we'll put a 15 on the, did I say bilge? I meant live well. This is a live well switch. So we'll put a 15 on the live well. There we go. I should mark these as I go to what they're going to be. So now what I got to do is I got to run a ground as well from that switch to the ground port. Because like I said, I want them all separate, each switch. I know it's tedious work, but it's worth it. Because then this is your fuses, and you get separate grounds and everything. So they're all separate circuits. Oh, God. I think you just broke my back, Jim. So actually, I'm going to get this out of here. Oh, I'm going to get this out of here too for now. This is my lights. Get that out of my way. There we go. Can you go back there and see if there's black ground wire that's about this size? How big's that? Oh, that's pretty big. Oh, shit. Oh, well, I'm going to have to use it. All right, that works. It's always better to have big ground than small ground anyways, right? Okay, so is this one long enough? Nope. No goodie. So we got some pretty heavy-duty ground here, but doesn't hurt to have a lot of ground, I guess. It's just I have to use my bigger freaking Mars on it. Let's see how big this is. Holy, that's a huge ground. Freaking run an amplifier off this thing. Oh no, it's good. Squeeze that. Put it in here. Like so. And then it can run right to here. Like so. I should make these wires long enough so I can put all my grounds together. That's not a bad idea. Let's do that. Frick, it's hard to get on there. Oh yeah, that's a good one. So here's another ground. So we got 2 grounds and we needed a boat right there. This is too heavy wire. I gotta find some different wire. Give that a squeeze. Make sure it's good. Yep. Screwdriver. Almost made it too short. What the hell? I must have moved my fingers. Damn it. Oh well, it's not bad, I guess. That'll keep all my wires nice and tight and straight. There we go. Okay, as you can see here, I don't know if you can see here. As you can see, this is a ground bar and all these are grounds. This is a positive which feeds all the fuses. So it's pretty straightforward. All the grounds go to where you want them to go, all the positives go to the switches, and then all the switches go to the accessories. And that's how it works. Pretty simple stuff. 12 volt is one of the easiest wiring there is, I think anyway. So now we'll carry on with all the blacks and all the friggin' reds to trigger the switches, and then from there on we'll run out to the fuses. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut this wire about here, and I'm going to use the same color as the object to go to the switches. That way I know which one goes to where. Actually, I got to cut this so it reaches all the grounds. So about there, because this is going to be ground as well. Okay, there we go. Hey, Dad, what's going on? Hello?
What you doing now?
Oh, I'm wiring the boat.
Are you wiring?
Yeah. What are you doing?
Halfway through Quebec.
Oh, you're heading back to work, are you? Did you get out yesterday?
Yeah.
And?
So now, the port engine was lagging, and now it's the starboard engine lagging.
What the hell?
On the tack, yeah. They still don't run even. Now it's the other way around.
How is that even possible?
Don't know. And the starboard engine is the one that had a bad plug that wasn't even firing.
At least you know it's not the engine itself.
They're only about 100 to 200 out now.
Well, that's
but the opposite way.
That's better than what it was. So is one still revving 200 RPM higher at top end is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Right, because Den called, we shot the ship for a while and I hooked up 2 wires while I was laying here. But what I'm doing is I'm using the 7 wire that I told you I got with the 7 wires built in. I'm trying to keep this color coded thing going and it's tough. But I basically got to use one line. So we got positive black in this wire, which is positive ground, and then I'm going to use blue and green as positive ground, and then I got 3 wires, which is going to be for the bilge pump, and it needs 3 wires because it's got a float switch on it. So right now this is where I'm at, and I just like to take my time here because you got to think once in a while. I think I'm going to pull all these off because, like I said, I'm going to rewire all the browns. All the blacks are going to be separate anyway. So take all these off so I don't confuse myself with more wiring. There we go. So now basically what I got to do is the black and red wire are going to go to the first switch. Actually, I got to trim that back a little. It's kind of nice keeping this in a sleeve because then that way I don't have a bunch of wires all separate. So this is actually kind of nice to have. And it peels back pretty easy as you see there. There we go. Pull this off. And there we got our wires. So what I'm going to do is we'll hook up the green for ground because green is earth, right? 12 volt black is ground and house white is ground, but on 12 volt black is normally ground, but we'll use green for ground because that way I know what I'm doing. I know which wires are going to what, if you know what I mean. So we'll do green for ground for the second set of wires, and we'll hook this up right here. There we go. And then we'll go blue to positive, which will be on another positive for the fuse link. And then of course these will be the other ones. I think we don't need 3 of them here though. We just need 2 of them. There we go. So we're just gonna need brown will go for negative and yellow will be that one, and that one we won't need because that one just goes to the switch on the other end. So now that I've done that, we need to go over here now and wire this into the switches. So the first one's ground, which will be right about there. Splice this, put a doodad on her, Now, some people run relays. I'm not running anything that's really high tech, except for the horn should have a relay. So I might put a horn on the relay. That way it'll work properly. But for the rest of them, all we need is a fuse. Oh, I just grounded that. I didn't want to do that. I got to cut that back off. See, I just wasted another one. So basically what I want to do here is I want this to be grounded with it. So that gives me a ground to the back as well. Like, I could put a ground block at the back of the boat and hook it all to the battery, but I don't want a lot of wiring back there. I want to try to keep it neat back there. I just want my feeds I need. This is why I'm doing it this way. Oh boy, that's friggin' on there, Jim. So basically we want this black one here, and we want this black one here to go together. That way it gives the switch the ground, and it gives the accessory you're using back there the ground. That's too small. Yeah, I gotta get more ends, man. I'm out of ends. This sucks. I don't want to use open ends. I guess I could use open ends for grounds, if I even have any of them left. I'm gonna have to cut this video short. It looks like I'm out of ends. Don't I have one more? Yeah, I gotta cut this video short. Boys, girls, peoples. I haven't got any ends. I need bigger ends for that. So basically these grounds will go to here, and then the red on this end will be the power to that switch, which is here. I can hook that up. So that's the power from the fuse panel to the switch, like that. And then this one, the wire going to the back of the boat, it'll be the red wire going to the accessory that I'm using on that switch. So we can hook this one up right there. So that will be going to the back of the boat to run the accessory. So basically, I don't know if you understand this. So basically, ground to the panel, ground to the switch. These grounds go together because this is a ground for the accessory we're running. Positive, and then positive out to the accessory. So these are basically a pair. And then we'll just carry on. So the next pair will be, what is it, blue and green. So blue and green will go here. The two greens will go together to make the ground. The blue will go to the power side, and then the other blue will go to the switch side. And that will run another accessory back there. So that's basically what we're doing here. And it's actually a really relaxing thing to do. So I'm just going to step back and have a break because I'm out of ends, like I told you. We'll pick up some ends. I got some at work. We'll get them, and then we'll carry on tomorrow. Let me know in the comments below if you want to come along for a second video of wiring, or if you want me to skip this and just show you me hooking them up. Just let me know what you want me to do. I'm glad you're all here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.